Hi, welcome to this tutorial video of character development. Here I'll show you the artistic construct of character development through storytelling. And the example for this will be the young protagonist of Lord of Agony, Ross. So, sit back, strap tight, watch and learn, and enjoy. Starting his introduction at the workplace, it's visually established he is the youngest worker there.
What's with you?
The dogs. The dogs.
It's a wolf.
It's the same bloody thing. You know the fear of dogs.
Yeah, well, it's a damn Celtic season, so get used to it.
His flaws are evident of having a phobia of dogs, even though it's only a picture, not a live one. Also, despite his youth, he has to take laxatives.
The hell's that?
It's laxatives.
Laxatives? Man, don't you kids eat enough vegetables?
It's for my medical.
Oh, you're not going, are you?
Oh, God.
Note that the workplace that he's in is pretty insane, and filled with some of the most chaotic individuals in the town.
What the fuck? What is going on here? Answer me very carefully. You have no idea who you're talking to.
Mate, we're just here to install the telescope. I asked people not to be in here for a couple of days.
People not to be in here. Where's my work?
Work?
Yes, work!
You mean the rubbish that was in here?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Leave it. Leave it. You've done enough damage. Okay? Who sanctioned this?
This was scheduled over a year ago.
Scheduled by... Hang on, let me...
Whoa, man, you guys have been working fast.
And after seeing the ordeals in the workplace, he is a little freaked out. But considering he's new there, he tries to go with the flow.
Like I say, the process of any artwork is like that of a 5-star cake.
I like this piece. 16th century, I think?
More like the Renaissance. You can make out the intensive use of the drawing and its patterns.
You reworking a weapon from that era?
The scene is very subtle and cerebral. Showing interest in the ancient stuff indicates Ross is a cultural kind of guy, and an intellectual.
It has arrived.
What's arrived?
Something special. It arrived. He's waiting for
Yeah, I got the message.
Seeing the veteran LeBron leave in a hasty manner, Ross gets curious. Giving Mike the action to show a picture of Natalia, the Indigo woman, and her importance. So in technical terms, she is kind of like his Princess Zelda. As predicted, Ross develops a crush on her, which will play further in the story. Now we have a quick scene in the bar. The change of atmosphere is evident. Tone is gloomy and riddled with dark humour.
Somehow, he climbed on board, starboard side, tried to get me with its tentacles, thought it was the best. With my spear I impaled it. I showed it who's the best. Then I ate that bastard for dinner.
And that kraken tasted good too.
LeBron meets up with Captain Pete and his crew to do business. All plot-driven dialogue, with a bit of nostalgia.
Yeah, heard about you in the feud against the underground cronies. It was a slugfest. And you had it with that mutated DJ.
You heard about that.
Oh, and that time you pummeled that Chippendale dancer back in 2016. Lucky I bet my money on you.
Findings of an old painting and dark mystery shrouding it. LeBron leaves with the item. Now we move back to the gallery. The atmosphere gets even more mysterious, and Ross gets even more hooked up on the subject, looking very deeply into the painting. And it's ironic that a lot of the dialogue is centered around Natalia's family heritage.
We're also big into other ventures, from parapsychology to archaeology.
Good day, gentlemen. I see the painting has arrived.
Yeah, it looks nice.
The mystic enters and spots the curses within the art. This all appears weird to Ross, not buying into the spiritual realm at first. The mystic's ongoing chanting starts to creep him out. The scene ends in an unsettling manner. This is the key trigger point where Ross begins his investigation on the subject. On that night, he begins his research. Mike comes along and all the conversation is plot-based, along with cheeky mention of his crush on the girl.
You seem to be a little too fascinated on the painting's history.
I can't help it. It's weird, but it's so interesting.
Maybe it's because you have a crush on that girl who'll be doing the revealing tomorrow.
Nah, that's not it.
Oh, yes, you do. You got a crush, don't you? You got a crush, don't you? You got a crush. You got a crush.
Alright, maybe. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. You'll never know.
So he's dealing with two things: a mystery case and his little crush interest. But fortunate for him, they both have a correlation. LeBron enters the room. This is where the atmosphere goes back to being gloomy. Knowing LeBron's past experiences with the indigo subject, Ross asks the older guy for advices.
LeBron, about indigo people, is it true what they say? That they've lived another life? They can see things that we can't see? And what is this thing about starlight turning into bodies or something like that?
I think what you're dealing with is a blueberry pie, my friend. LeBron's advice is very subliminal and weird. Something that would make no sense to an ordinary person. Ironic that the lighting of the night is blue, and the druid in the painting wears purple, and the dark blue night sky in the painting. The next morning is the day of the revealing, and this is where the cursed painting comes to life, unleashing chaos in the area. Ross reacts in fear and starts running for his life. LeBron, on the other hand, leads the enemy ghouls to the telescope which he set up the previous night, an indication that he expected this ordeal to happen. A brief cameo from the garden beast, with brown fur looking like a fox or a wolf. The mystic also joins the fray, dispatching some of the goons with ease. And just like Storm from the 90s X-Men cartoons, she has powerful leadership skills and gives the orders on what to do next.
As long as the cursed legions walk this area, Every section of this place will be cursed. I will locate the other two. You take care of these evil baboons and keep them distracted.
What?
Keep them distracted.
Oh, shit. On the other end of the gallery, Ross continues to run for his life. He is saved by the hippie, miraculously, but the ghouls just keep coming. Now his survival instincts are really turned on. He grabs a telescope, utilizing it as a club. Note the color brown of the telescope. Brown representing the color of the garden beast's fur that we saw earlier. Guess man and beast are one. All in crazy survival mode. No time for any one-liner bullshit. Lucky for them, the mystic comes to save them and take charge.
Ross!
Oh, thank God you're here.
You baboons never learn. Man and power always leads the world into chaos. Someone must have broken my protection field. This is why the curse has emerged. They just keep coming.
Even though Ross is thrown into uncharted territory, he still soldiers on. The presence of the mystic, of course, provides him with extra confidence. On the other end of the field, LeBron and Captain Pete pulverize the enemy ghouls like Conan the Barbarian. From their confident body language, you can tell that they are accustomed to this bizarre kind of work. So Ross with the hippie and the mystic make their way to the main room. The mystic destroys the painting, putting it into the portal for the cursed ghouls. Natalia enters the garden, accompanied by her aunt. Ironic she wears blue. Little reference to a past scene. Despite LeBron's attempt to stop her, she's very eager and very strong-willed and makes her way through. Unfortunately for her, a curse has just been rediscovered. The mystic takes charge of the situation, knowing something must be done. As they gather that night, they are clearly briefed on a situation, something that's so big and powerful, kind of out of their league.
Look everyone, what we've just seen here, we can't talk to anyone about. What we just witnessed is the peril of an unknown force. My niece Natalia, she's a descendant of a royal bloodline of druids. But there's been a curse put along our family, a curse that someone's trying to take off of us.
What? You guys used to smuggle nuclear weapons?
No, it's a power. It's a power that's the key to another place.
But despite the giant obstacle, Ross doesn't seem to back down, and it seems like his confidence has somewhat grew through the battles with the ghouls.
Natalia, how can we help? I mean, there has to be a way to end this problem.
I wish that were true, but it's very complicated. And you may think my aunt and I are crazy.
No, I don't. I think you're dead serious on this. I mean, what happened today? That was something I never saw coming.
Curious and determined, he's really giving a lot of questions. And despite being the weakest character on rank on the table, he is the most eager to really discover what is on the other side. More characters come into the fray, including an agent from Interpol. She was the one who previously saved Keith in Ireland. Little past reference. More mission briefing, telling about the enemy on how hazardous they are. Something that is so insane for the membrane. But despite this, Ross continues to look into it. As Agent Amanda tries to put in more information, Captain Pete is really having doubts of the whole mission. This elevates into a minor brawl, and then suddenly it all becomes verbally hazardous.
Indies.
I may not have encountered a kraken, but I have tangled with a few anacondas.
You psycho witch!
Amanda is right. The fate of humanity is in the balance. You must succeed in order to stop the world from falling into darkness.
That's easy for you to say, landlubber.
Please, you must all understand that there are things in this far beyond what you can imagine.
Oh, grab it, woman.
Do you really want another one, Captain?
You dare cheap shot me, you viper rich!
Oh, okay. Hey, chill.
Yeah,
I don't like it, crazy stupid. Why are you like a freak?
Turning into hell as we know it.
And now, as all his hierarchies are having a personal domestic feud, shit really starts to hit the fan. And this is where the boy Ross really has to take control. So this is where the boy turns into the man. And in this scene, he takes control of the situation, grabs the book, smashes it, and following up with the greatest line in the history of Perth films. I'm not bullshitting you, I'm saying it straight up, the greatest line in the history of Perth films, period.
Right! I don't care what all you people are saying. I only care what she is saying. Right! I don't care what all you people are saying. I only care what she is saying. Yes, this is important. And we can help. We have some archaeological knowledge. Captain Pete has transports. Amanda, she has skills, connections, and tools. And well, we have LeBron.
After taking control of the situation, Ross has really emerged out of his shell. What was the weakest link has now become the strongest link. And that's what you call character development at its finest. And despite the words of terror that lies ahead, he proceeds with it, with supreme confidence, and with the balls of steel. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial video, and hopefully it's given you a few ideas and tips. And the old saying goes, live and learn. And a man's gotta do what he's gotta do. Till next time, see ya.